What's up guys? Today we'll be checking out Ghostbusters Afterlife on 4K Blu-ray. Remember, this isn't a review on how good or bad the movie is. I'm just going to share some of my thoughts on the audio and the video quality. Now let's go over a few tech specs. The movie was shot in 4.5K. It's got a 4K DI. It's rated PG-13. Runtime is 124 minutes and the aspect ratio is 239:1. So there are black letterbox bars and the audio is in Dolby Atmos. Jumping over to the Atmos viewer, the movie goes in hard right from the opening credits. It's a dynamically mixed Atmos track and will scale to as many speakers as you have. You'll hear thunder crackling in the surrounds with a really low rumble coming from your subs right from the get-go. One of the standout scenes would be the kids chasing after Muncher through the town. You've got cars whipping by in the lower channels, the proton beam blasting away at the trucks and buildings in the high channels, and the ghost flying overhead. This part with Mike and the girl sitting above the hole is full of atmospheric effects that blow all around you through all your speakers. The thing that I really liked about this mix was how detailed and spacious the soundstage is. During the quieter parts, you can clearly make out the wind and the insects and the sense of space in just about every scene. It's super clean and full of nuanced details, and this is only from the lower channels. Even though the height speakers get a fair amount of usage during the big action parts, they do remain largely quiet for most of the movie. As for bass response, like I said, right from the start, there's a ton of low frequency energy, and anytime there's an earthquake, your pictures might fall off the walls.
Remember that summer we died under a table?
If you're new to the channel and you're into new movies and audio and video gear and want to see more content like this, be sure to tap the subscribe button for new weekly videos. For video quality, it's another solid start for 2022. First, Dune knocks it out of the park, and Sony comes hard once again with this clean 4K transfer. The movie was shot digitally, so there's no film grain to be seen for all you grain haters out there. It's clean with a healthy dose of finely rendered detail. Close-ups reveal everything you'd want to see or not see, like pores and facial hair, and there are great textures inside Egon's house where you'll see tons of aging wood and old dusty books. Now, despite this being a super clean looking transfer, it does have a bit of softness to it that keeps it from being Gemini Man crisp. I mean, there are some parts that are pretty close, but overall, it's just a touch soft. As for the digital effects, I found they blended in perfectly fine with all the live action elements. They are a little cartoony, but totally fits in within the context of the movie. The HDR brings a little bit of warmth to the color palette, which is mostly natural, if not a bit subdued at times. And the exterior skyline shots have really good tonal gradations. There are some great splashes of specular highlights riddled throughout the movie, like reflections in the diner and the interior lighting, and the proton beam might have you reaching for some goggles. Overall, image brightness did lean somewhat on the dimmer side, which looked the same as it did when I saw it at the theater, although there are certain scenes that took place outside that have excellent pop if there was a light source illuminating from the background, like the sun or a neon sign. Shadow detail was clean and visible in the darkest of scenes, but I did feel they were a bit light, which did help with giving the image a softer look. So I'm gonna have to give the video quality a 9.3. It's clean, it's crisp, and it's very detailed. It's not the sharpest or the brightest movie, but the HDR does make those proton beams shoot off the screen. For audio, I'm gonna have to go with a 9.1. I would have liked more overhead usage during the bigger action scenes, but they always did kick on when something was visually happening up top. It's one of the cleanest, most detailed movies I've heard, and the bass will have your subs working overtime. Overall, it's a great transfer for both audio and video, and I think worth owning if you've got a proper home theater setup. Plus, it's not a bad movie either. So those are my thoughts on Ghostbusters Afterlife on 4K Blu-ray. Have you seen it and what'd you think of the transfer? Leave a comment down below and let us know. As always guys, thanks for watching. If you want, you can follow us on social media, and if you want to support the channel and get exclusive content or great discounts on audio and video gear, then stop by our Patreon page. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next video.